What's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. That's KOLLIN.com. So it's MikeColleen.com. Hey, I just got a really long email. In fact, I'm going to read it to you. It has to do with the difference between men and women. Okay, this is a very, very typical response of what I've been getting for years from people, and it's kind of sad. So, all right, I'm not going to give a name. I'm not going to give a name, numbers. So, privacy is very important for my clients. He says, "Hi, Mike. I bought your book a couple of weeks ago, and I must say it has really opened my mind. I will start out by saying I wish I would have been exposed to this book 2 years ago. I could have saved my marriage. I did not realize how different men and women actually think, and it all makes sense now. I got married." Well, I'm not going to go into the. I don't want to go into his actual story. But he did very typical things that will destroy a marriage. And I guess what I'm saying is this. This is the reason why I'm posting this is because the original goal was to save marriages. I am getting clients after they get divorced, okay? I find that most men will, after they've lost the love of their life, had their heart ripped out, lost their home, went through just pure hell, and they're left going, what happened? That's when they call me. That's when they sign up for the course. Every single guy, every single time has said, I wish I would have taken your course. Usually it's funny. Usually they say 2 years. I wish I would have taken your course 2 years ago. And I think it's because the wife has been saying these things over and over and over. In fact, wait a minute. I think hold on. Let me go back. I think he says, see if I can find it. Let's see. Go downhill. Let's go. Well, he wrote a long. Okay, here it is. She said, throughout the marriage, we did not communicate very well. Let's see. It's a long email. She was telling. This is it right here. She was telling me things, and I realize now she meant the complete opposite. Okay? Now, that's why I'm leaving this message. Number one, guys come to me after they went through the divorce. Number two, they always, after they read my book or take my course. I had a guy who had 2 doctorate degrees, very intelligent guy, very smart guy, very aware guy, very, was an athlete and all that stuff, owned 2 businesses. After he got past, I think it was the 5th session, he said, oh my God, this is what my wife was saying to me for 2 or 3 years. And he said, if I would have met you 2 years ago, I'd still be married. He goes, this is what my wife was saying, but I thought she meant this, but she really meant that. This is what I'm going to say. I always say this in my videos. She's saying something out of her right brain processor, which is the vague and abstract language, the bigger picture. It's like the Apple computer, literally, okay? It multitasks. It can do a lot of things at once, right? The left brain is really good at focusing on one thing, one target. It's the logical processor. The right brain is the emotional processor. So when she processes words through her emotions, she's experiencing something completely different from what you're saying logically. And vice versa. When she says something and processes it through her emotional communication processor, you take it unconsciously, of course, and you process it through your linear IBM type processor, and it changes the meaning. You're hearing this saying, yeah, I hear you. I understand what you're saying. I see what you mean. I get it. And she's over here going, oh, I'm saying this. It's very frustrating for women because women can see that you're hearing this or seeing this, but she's trying to get you to understand this. All right? You know what? I'm going to leave this video at that. You really should, if you're married right now, especially if you're happily married, get your butt in here right now before it's too late. This is not unique to some relationships. This is not unique to some people. Men and women are so completely different that when we think we understand them, we don't. When we think we're loving them, we're not. If you watch some of my last couple of videos, I've gone in depth on that, on how women don't believe that men love them because the male form of expressing love and receiving love is not the way that she can receive it. You have to learn how to open up to your right female brain and express all of this stuff, even just to understand her, even for her to understand you. You have to communicate and express this form of what's called mentally stimulating and emotionally fulfilling language in a very specific way that the male brain was not wired to know or be aware of naturally. A lot of guys are like, what is this course about? You know what? I've tried to explain it in so many different ways. It is completely different than anything that's out there on the market. Nobody's teaching this. Nobody. If I seem like I'm emphasizing this a lot, it's because I can't tell you how many clients who have came to my course, done one-on-one courses, and came out saying, oh my God, this is completely different from what I've ever thought in a million years. I would have still been married. I would have met that special girl that I really wanted to go out with, and she just blew me off. I don't care if you're a female. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you're a guy. I don't care if you're a single guy and you want to meet all the girls in the world. There are some very specific things that I can teach you that will open you up to the other part of your brain that will help you understand women. And ladies, I'm going to make another video. I'm not going to put in this one. There is such a huge misunderstanding on your side too. And it is it's actually easier for me to teach you to understand what's going on. Good example. I'm going to put in my next video. You're not understanding his love. He is loving you, but not in the way that your brain can process and relate to, or even notice or be aware of. It's like we both have blinders on to the opposite sex, but we don't know it. That's what this course is about. It's for communication, clarity in communication, understanding each other, learning how to have fun and communicate in a way and express yourself in a way that the opposite sex gets stimulated and also receives love and emotional fulfillment. It's a very, very romantic, passionate. I'm not going to go into the next word. It turns women on, guys. There's something that the female mating system is wired to a different part of her brain. And when you learn how to do this, if you're single, you're going to date a lot. You're going to meet a lot of women. Women will be chasing you. If you're married, you will absolutely add the spark back into your relationship. I guarantee it. Hands down, no question asked. No one's teaching this. None of the experts. Where I learned this from, how I learned this from was a combination of 3 or 4 different things that came into one, and it just popped. This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. You want to save your marriage? Get in here. You can buy my book at crackthefemalecode.com. Okay, crackthefemalecode.com. Go to my website. It's on the front page, MikeColleen.com. I'll see you soon.